I started on this because I cared about the building, that I studied architecture, and my thought was that some manifestation of the building, a dollhouse-sized bronze model or a plaza with a floor plan, should be included in the mall. Some of the house's walls were still standing into the 1950s. I mean, 4-story walls were still there. The house could have been rebuilt in between its original walls and on top of its original foundations. It was in the course of that research that I discovered that Washington designated a room only 5 feet from the front door of the Libertyville Center as the place where the enslaved Africans who worked in the stables would be housed. So to have slave quarters right at the front door of the Libertyville Center came as a surprise to me, considering the Libertyville got its name from the abolitionist movement and was the emblem of the abolitionist movement. When I began my research, I didn't know anything about the enslaved Africans. My assumption was Pennsylvania was the first state to outlaw slavery, so it would have been illegal for Washington to bring slaves to the state. Washington brought 9 enslaved Africans to work in the household here, and he rotated them out of the state so that they never were allowed to establish a 6-month residency in the state and qualify for freedom. Had that been mentioned, I think many people would have stood up and said, yes, this is important, we have to do something about this. From the Park Service's own writings, we know that they knew about the presence of the slaves before the bicentennial, but they actually weren't researched by the Park Service until 2004. I think there was an anticipation that it was a negative story and that the Park Service wanted to tell positive stories.